get a deep pan and cover it with about 20 cloves of garlic. The garlic needs to be peeled. You want to make sure that the end piece, the little fibrous bit that's right here, is taken off so the whole thing is edible. And give it a good smash as well so it opens up a little bit. It'll be easier obviously if you buy pre-peeled garlic, but if you want to do it all by hand, it'll just take you a little bit of time. I did all these by hand simply by putting the garlic between my hand, the cutting board, and then pressing down, smashing it, and then taking off the papery skin. Get it in there, then get yourself an onion. The onion should be very loosely chopped up. So we've got 1 onion loosely chopped up, 20 cloves of garlic peeled and smashed in the bottom of our pan. That is step 1 for garlic beets. Peel and chop your beets. Your beets should be about this big. When they're peeled, also wash them to make sure you don't have any extra dirt loose on the outside. Throw them in the pan like that. Coat everything in a nice coating of olive oil and also sprinkle a decent amount of salt. When I say a decent amount, for me it's going to be at least a teaspoon, maybe a little bit more. And there's around 6 very large beets. Each beet was larger than my fist. In the oven, around 450 degrees for at least an hour. If you go slower than 450 or lower than 450, it will take too long. Also, as a note, you want to stir it about every 10 minutes to make sure you don't burn anything on the top of the pan. Okay, here's what we look like after an hour. Just going to sprinkle a little bit of champagne vinegar, about a tablespoon or 2, just for a light seasoning. I'm going to stir it up, then I'll taste it and add salt. Okay, I tasted the beets. They taste very nice. I added just a touch more salt, a little bit of pepper. I'm going to go ahead and begin adding my greens in here. I'm going to add the greens, stir it up, and be done. I'm adding arugula and a little bit of spinach. If I were to guesstimate about how many cups, I like about 4 cups of greens for 6 large beets. Here is the finished product. I turned it very low up on the stovetop just to let my greens wilt. Again, I have a little bit more spinach in there than arugula. The arugula has a peppery flavor. The spinach is in there primarily just for nutritional reasons. It also tastes pretty good. You're going to need to salt to taste. If you're on a low salt diet, don't add much. But with greens and beets, you might find yourself adding a decent amount to this big pot. Again, this is a lot of beets. Go ahead and serve it up. And if you'd like, you may want to add a little bit of pepper on top to add a little extra bite. But otherwise, it should taste very good. A lot of caramelized garlic in there. Really nice. If you want a little bit extra carbs, go ahead and add yourself some whole wheat bread. Dip it in that mixture. Get those garlic cloves on your bread. It'll be really nice. And I present my wonderful family with a fresh bowl of beets and greens. Specifically garlic beets and greens. A lot of garlic flavor in there, but it's going to be really nice and toasty. Boom!
Boom!